There we go.
What is this?
And we're back.
My chat room is empty. Are we really back?
Did
Chat
they
room,
all
give me
did
CPR.
did they all leave us?
Oh yeah. So we tell them refresh page. Oops.
There we go. Looking good, looking good.
We froze Aegon, and I killed blank space. Oh, he's crawling back to the mic, actually.
He died. He died. Welcome back.
Thank you very
Aegon
much.
7
Technical
video issues.
difficulties.
Nice.
Alright, now I lost my train of thought.
What were we talking about? I'm sorry.
Commander tome. Commander book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now blank space died.
Yeah, he's gone. Dying in a fire.
He heard Commander book and left. That's all he did.
I don't know what happened. It was like Commander was like, oh, and whole thing crashed.
Commander book. Boom,
I think it's so terrible. I'm logging off and just shutting it down right now.
I didn't get one this last beta weekend. I had one first beta weekend because it was easy to get, and honestly, I think it'll probably go up in price. That would be much better if it was Badges of Honor.
Well, you know what? My only issue with going to medals is the whole. I think the actual Commander Tome has some use in PvE, to be honest.
You think?
And I think that's where the issue is, because I think some of that end game, big dynamic event stuff would be really nice to be able to get more than 5 together in a group.
Maybe
I wonder if they're trying to do some some duplication there on both sides of the game. I don't know. Yeah, it's irritating.
We could do Karma.
Well, that was I had thought some sort of like badges plus karma plus the money, and I know that sounds like a lot. And my opinion is, let's say you want one for PvE and you want it to be specific for certain stuff, then you use. I don't even know. Do you get karma for PvE? I don't. Sure, you use it for that.
Yeah,
that's where it was designed.
Yeah, you do.
I don't PvE.
Yeah, apparently not.
I just don't even pay attention. When I farm hearts and I do those things, I'm not even paying attention. I'm like, oh, is this an upgrade? What do I pay? You're okay, whatever. Here you go. But no, I feel that you have to use currency from each of those things. So let's say it's PvE. How about you've run the explorable mode a bunch of times and there's something you get out of it. For World versus World, there's maybe towers that you've taken or supply camps or something. I wrote up a whole long thing about it and I sent in as a suggestion. I really feel like you should have to earn it. There should be a financial part to it too. And maybe there can be a distinction between, oh, you have one for PvE because like you said, you're going to want them for groups. But in World versus World, I want to know that the guy that has that has spent some time around because, yeah, okay, so what if, you have a couple guilds that just have, 100 gold to throw together? All right, well then if you've got commanders, well, what if they're just screwing off in a, jump puzzle somewhere? Like, I don't want to be following that guy. I want to follow the guy that's, trying to take a supply camp or he's moving around the map doing objectives. So to me, I really feel that it should be, whether it's, something that you get, like the badges, or something that a part of taking an objective, oh, you got this camp, you got this or this, and you got, one towards your commander thing. And once you hit so many, like an achievement, if you will, then, oh, you are now have access to the World versus World commander title.
definitely. I mean, it's gonna be like a real life thing. Money isn't everything, but like, money does not make the player in this game, and everybody knows it. If an arena that's smart, that if they did just do it with badges of honor for World v World, heck, they might say any type of dungeon token in total. You know, you have like 4 Ascalonian, you got 5 of the next dungeon, that kind of thing, and you go for 35 of those and turn them in for the PvE one. You were talking about messing around with different colors of the commander icons too. So the commander icon for PvE could be purple, but then everybody's going to say I need both. Never mind. I'll retract that statement. But being able to get it in either one, because a guy that's like, oh man, I'm like the best PvEer and I got this commander icon, I'm going to go into World v World with it. He might be a great leader. If you're putting the time in, I could see it. That makes sense.
There has to be. Yeah, it's nice that money, but I want to see there be some. They've done something for it, whether it is PvE or PvP, and not just like, oh, I ran around and I did some Daliak runs. Like I feel like it could be some sort of like achievement thing where it's like, wow, you've captured this many, you've done this many Daliak runs or whatever, and then eventually it's like you are now available to buy the Commander's book. Go ahead and go buy it if you've got the money. Haha. Like I don't care.
Achievement unlocked.
Exactly.
You're the best.
Instead of MasterCard coming out of the wallet, gem store achievement unlocked.
Yeah.
Charge it. Well, I really do. I think obviously for World versus World there needs to be some sort of actual skill component that goes into acquiring a commander tome, because if there's not, then what's the benchmark? Because we all know everybody's going to have 100 gold probably relatively quickly once you get to end game, especially if you craft it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's top left in the stream? Is that Aegon? They said might not be able to hear him.
I fixed the problem.
All right. Tell us if you guys can start hearing him. If not, I suppose we'll move on to the next little thing. Do we want to do, before we do our...
can we take that?
What's up?
Someone just said the difference between leveling up and doing World versus World. I'd love to talk about that if you guys want to address that.
Yeah, I didn't hear what he said, but go ahead and start talking, and I'll just
the question he asked.
I'll just listen.
The question he asked basically was whether there's a benefit from leveling up rather than going straight to World v World.
Utilities. Go blank.
Oh, utilities. Yes, you can do a map complete, but if we're talking about launch and head start, for my guild and for a lot of the other people I've talked to, the plan is to get into PvE, do it in groups, grind the events, grind the hearts, get yourself at least your elite skill. You should, because you need quite a lot to get up to your elite skill. Get some good map completions, Divinity's Reach, Lion's Arch, the Human, Norn, whatever lands you're in, to be able to get your elite skill so that when World versus World servers go live, you can then have the utilities that you need, but then be able to grind up anything else. But honestly, even if you're not, and I try to think about this, if you're not in the head start, within those first 24 hours, man, I wouldn't. If I don't have to PvE, I'm not going to. So if I wasn't in the head start, I'm an honest guy. So if I wasn't in the head start, you'd be able to jump into World versus World and easily get yourself, within the first couple of resets between jump puzzles, map completions, and things like that reset. You'll be able to get yourself level 30 in the same amount of time. Those who are in the head start are going to be about 30 levels more higher. So that's just my take on it.
I honestly think that if you can stand the PvE, and the PvE in Guild Wars is actually halfway decent, I would probably start off in PvE simply because obviously the skills, the utility skills, and more importantly too, unless you're going to be spending some coin on gems, it would be nice to have a little bit of money to actually deploy siege weapons at a fairly regular pace. Personally, unless my guild and alliance takes a different direction, I'm definitely going to be spending the first day at least, probably a couple of days in PvE just to get the levels up and build some bankroll.
Yeah, I mean, definitely coming from an engineer standpoint, which is all I played. I mean, I've tried all the different things, but my utilities, those tonics I can pop, I run a tonic build. Give me time to at least hit level 10, or what I think it's level 10 for the first utility. Let me buy one of the tonics, one that gives me might or whatever, and then by the time I get my next utility slot, I can pick up the one that shrinks me or whatever, and I can evade for 2-3 seconds. I need those. Otherwise, I'm just shooting a gun, and that's about it. And those tonics are really big for me, but the other thing I guess that comes down to is whether or not there's going to be World v. World in the head start 3 days. Do we even have any confirmation if we're going to be World v. Worlding?
Yeah, we still have no official word on whether we're getting.
Let me tell you something. If they don't have World versus
Let
World
tell you
at
something.
3 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on that Saturday, quite frankly, I'm gonna shit a brick. What's gonna happen? That's what's gonna happen.
He's going to burn that chair in the background.
There's a lot of inference in their statements about what's going to happen during the head start, but they haven't really stamped down a yes or no, and that's what we want to hear.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear it too.
Same.
I'm on the fence. I mean, honestly,
Why?
I would love to see World v. World in 3 days, but think about in 3 days what level you can hit if you're just focused on leveling. And then you come into World v. World, and I'm just coming in with my arms up like this.
Here's a question. I have a question. Do you guys think that there will be a max level character or more than one by the end of the head start?
Absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
I agree with that. I was
He's
just
gonna
curious.
die. He's gonna die.
No, I
Best
think
of luck.
I think there will be guilds, and we've thought about doing this too. Guilds who will send their mats to one character, so they'll be able to PvE grind and do the farm the hearts, farm different places, have people carry them with movement speed buffs where they got to go. Mesmer portals there to get to the events as they're going down. Some of them are pretty linear, and you're almost like, okay, you kill this, you kill this, you kill this, you kill the big boss. Then you go down here and you kill this. You go to the water, you help these guys. You go deeper in the water, you kill the witch, and then you go down to the swamp and you kill the big guy. There's going to be guilds that, beyond farming just the PvE hearts and events, they're going to send all their crafting stuff to this person, and they're going to be able to craft their way on up while they're just sitting there, while they go take a nap, and then come back and be able to do it. And that's exactly what we've thought about doing. Is like, wow, we could power someone up real quick, just bags, all those other little things that everyone's going to need, that if you give to one person, they're going to be able to gain levels. Wow, they're just level.
8
all right,
slot
bags.
8 slot bags.
Yeah.
Easy.
I'll propose right now. I mean, it's a little off the thing here, but I'll propose. This is Beatles contest to anybody who's listening to this. If you can prove to me with a screenshot before release, I'm straight up contest. You screenshot and then log in with whatever, I don't even know, something that proves to me that it's your account, your screenshot with you being level 80. I will buy you a Steam game and gift it to you to let you play a different game for a little while. If you can prove to me within the 3-day head start, I'm dead serious. I will buy you a game, any game on there, not a pack, $60 game. Prove to me that you have $80 or 80 level 80. You give me $80 if you're level 80. No. Beatles contest. Prove to me you're level 80. First
99 cents Steam summer sale.
I will buy any Steam game you want and gift it to your Steam account, and you just have to be the first one that emails me, tweets me with this screenshot. Everybody's going to forget about this contest, and I won't have to do it anyway. So, my contest. Do it.
Oh, can't wait to see that later on some social media. Like,
Hey,
you're
that's
ruining
right.
the world. You're gonna.
You know
I
what?
died because of Beetle.
You know what? We should pimp the hell out of that. I think that would be actually a very successful contest.
You could have a
Yeah.
real sweet bit trip runner coming your way. Maybe Super Meat Boy. You know.
I'll add to that because it's a good contest. I like that. So you ready? I hope someone's writing this down.
Did
For
you
that
draw
contest,
again?
for your contest, Beetle, what we'll do is we'll add in a Riot Point card. We'll add in an iTunes card
Uh-oh.
and an Xbox card.
There we go.
It's on.
Nice.
There it is. So I'm gonna put these right to the side here. I'm gonna put Beetle's name on them.
He's going to send them to me. I'm going to use them. I'm going to buy Trials HD on the Xbox Live.
Woohoo!
And, yeah, as long as you're the first one to prove to me, I'm on Twitter, it's on the side of this thing, any of us, and we'll go by the timestamp on this screenshot,
Yep.
whatever it is, let me see it, and I will buy you a game. I don't even care how bad the game may be, Rage.
80 before the end of Head Start.
Yeah, before launch day, which, let's go by ArenaNet time, 12 midnight launch.
3 a.m. Eastern.
3 a.m. Eastern. Go, like, if you got a level, go fly somewhere and make some time back, Superman. But if you can do it,
As long as it's verified, good to go.
you got me on camera.
Yeah, absolutely.
No Photoshop. I have 9 years of experience in Photoshop. Don't try it.
All right, we got our first contest. That should be interesting.
They're going to be coming back every week. Like, what else is he going to give away?
Yeah, that's right.
Now the first thing we'll go is we'll see 5 Guild Wars people died in in their chairs trying to read.
Their suicide notes all said F Beetle. This is all for Shank 2.
Oh, it's a good contest. I like it. So we'll add in the please be safe. All those things.
Yeah.
Drink water, eat food.
We can link the Team
Get
Legacy
up and walk around.
Yeah.
healthy marathon to you so you don't kill yourself. If I'm on some local news channel because of this,
Tube socks are not a substitute for a proper toilet.
No.
Just remember that, everybody.
I want to see it. If you can impress me, do it, please. I don't want to see what he said.
Oh, God.
I want to see it 8.
Yeah.
All right, we should probably get back to a different point here. Derailed us a bit.
Oh God. Well, we covered most of our roundtable today. We're into the afterthoughts. Frag World Town Hall. I'm sure most of you were at it.
I suppose I could take this one.
Yep.
All right. I forgot to say in my intro, I am the admin for the last 2 Frag World Town Hall meetings where we get together with community members on Frag World's TeamSpeak, and we talk about what we're seeing. A lot of guilds are represented. We've had great turnouts the past couple. We will be having one before launch, I believe, is the plan. So I'd love to see new guilds there, new alliances. Leave the E-Peen at home, but come talk shop, come talk some strategies. We'll go over a bunch of points. It's a good time. Aiden, good guy, community manager from ArenaNet's been in on the last 2. He pipes in when he's not taking notes. And the last one went well. We went through a lot of good points, got a lot of good ideas out of it. The timer for the queues we suggested there, so come by. We'll be sure to tweet when that is. I'm sure World v. World guys will be tweeting that too. Get signed up on the Guru threads when they go up, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's always usually a dev there listening. They won't talk, but they're listening.
Yep.
Oh, anybody else have any thoughts of it? Who was at the meeting?
Yeah, I was at the meeting. I thought, as usual, I think every one of the meetings is worth coming out to. If you guys, anybody listening, hasn't actually gone to one, I think it's a good place to, number one, meet other guilds that are out there. If you're deciding or still haven't formed alliances and things like that, it's a good place to meet guilds that do stuff like that. I also think it's a great place to just come and talk about some of the issues that you might have with the game. because chances are if you do and you're a pretty hardcore PvP or World versus World player, other people have too, so it's good to talk about it and come up with some solutions. It seems like there's been relatively decent ArenaNet support, as you mentioned, having Aiden there, so I would encourage everybody to come out and take a look at it and see what you think and share your thoughts about the game.
If nothing else, just listen in. You don't even have to talk.
Yeah.
You can give your intro. You can say, I'm so-and-so from this guild. I'm so-and-so. I'm ungilded. And just sit there and mute your mic. I know that's what Aiden does.
There was
He
a
just
lot of
sits
that
there and
going
mutes
on this week, too.
Yeah. Just mute it. Listen. You listen to me rant. You can listen to anybody else rant. And just, it's a good time, man.
Yeah, I also like too because you get that whole community feeling from being there, and you get to bounce your ideas around. And sometimes there are people who are much more informed. I made a comment about maybe we would see like how much health someone has, and someone in the community was like, oh, they actually mentioned that's intended. They don't want anyone to be able to be like, oh, he's only got 500 health left. I know I can do this or that to him. That it's much more of a guessing game. And I really like that. I like being able to bounce some ideas around and talk with people who, are all here for the same thing. We all want to kick ass in, whether it's World versus World or PvE or PvP, or some of us want to role play around a fire. I mean, whatever y'all are into, there are communities out there to do. I'll be over World versus World. Y'all enjoy the fire and the marshmallows. So.
Blank RPs all day.
It's one of my guilty pleasures. I'm sorry, And
I'm not knocking RPers. I've always wanted to try. I've just never really gotten into it.
Yeah, well, that's good. And the town halls are a great thing. Sadly, they're on a day I can't make it, but I always listen to them afterwards, and they're just fun. A lot of interesting conversation comes up on those. A lot of interesting people get to meet for the first time sometimes. It's a great way to build community, and we love doing it, and we hope to keep doing it.
Ursa saw a cat walk behind me. Wrong viewport. I don't got cats. Let's get off topic again. I got. Hang on, where is it? We got fish. It was a sad week though. My fish James Earl Jones died this week. If everybody could pray for James, we'll miss him.
God.
All right. Well, I mean that pretty much wraps up what we have this week. Closing comments for anybody? Any tips, news, events? Anything you got going on?
I got a tip. When Blank brought up earlier, this is a tip from me to anybody who's listening, pugs, anybody. When he was talking about repairing doors, I know my guild's gonna love this. If we're getting sieged and they got like 3 trebuchets on a deposing tower and they're hitting, let's say, Dreaming Bay, Ascension Bay, something Bay, and they're hitting the walls of these trebs, and you're not stopping it. You can put up your trebs, their trebs are gonna knock yours down. Wall comes down. Please don't start sprinting to our supply within the keep and running up and popping that thing once so that wall goes up and gets hit by the treb again and goes back up and using the supply like that. I was just seeing everybody was just like, oh God, brace the wall, running back to the supply camp, hitting it, and ping, ping. Please don't. Tip, I guess, suggestion.
Yeah, it's not good. Doesn't work.
Trebuchets have more damage than that first thing of supply.
But Beetle, I stopped him rolling in there for about 0.2 of a second.
There's a tip to Crackbone. Crackbone is constantly just running the supply. We can save this wall.
Funny.
My tip is get to know the community around you. I've been enjoying the Pug players, other guilds, other alliances that are out there. I don't know if it's just me, but I've gotten some feedback from people, but it feels like this is a much more mature MMO than I've seen, with others. Like, I've yet to see a Barons chat, and I'm not antagonizing anyone, so they should go do this. But you know what I mean? Like, when you talk in team, it's like, hey guys, come help us with this supply. It's not like, oh, lol, Chuck Norris is coming. Like, people are like, okay, we'll be there. So. Keep branching out to the community, keep getting to know people out there, and make sure that if you see someone finally get a commander tag, that you get to know them and find out if you like running with them, and if not, come hang out with Commander Blankspace. He's a cool guy from what I hear. So Yeah,
You can't afford the commander thing. Don't worry.
Yeah.
25 gold, man. 25 gold from last weekend. And then I was like, oh, I can't do it. So I just bought a bunch of siege bombs instead, and we just went and derped around.
One of the better stories from ours is when our guild, we were all pumped. We're like, let's get the guild armor this beta weekend. It'll be cool to see that. And we're like, yeah, we rushed it, influence. Like, then we get it, and I run up to him like, yeah, guild armor. I open it up, 1 gold for the guild armor, and I'm just like, gold? What's that? It's just like, we need to farm. Beetle needs guild armor.
Oh, someone challenged you, just by the way. 5 gold.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Bet 5 gold, I beat you in a 1v1 duel. Come at me.
Bro.
1v1 me, man. I'll lay prone in the back of the map with an MP5. Wrong game. My bad. If you want to bet 5 gold, if they put in 1v1, I'm down. Everybody can. Let's do more 1v1, mate. I'm gonna lose a lot of gold. Oh.
Yeah.
God. All right. You got anything, Crack, or?
No, I think these guys said it pretty well. I would mirror the subjects here. Definitely reach out and talk to everybody. I think getting to know everybody on the server and then learning how to coordinate with them, especially if you're going to go do world versus world, is going to be pretty well mandatory if you want to be competitive. So make sure you get out there and meet everybody and
Server community.
Yep, I agree with that. Yep.
Get those communities built. They'll help you win. All right.
Thanks a lot, guys, for everybody.
Yeah, we really appreciate everybody coming out and taking a look.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're glad to have you guys come by. Just let everyone know who's watching, we will be doing guild spotlights. So if you want your guild spotlighted, email us, with information about your guild, the website, brief details, what you're into, how you play, and we'll pick a guild each week to spotlight.
I don't want to know what they're into necessarily.
And then what we're also planning on doing, I think most of you guys will think this is kind of cool, is almost like a sports cast kind of thing. When we get to these 2-week periods, if we can get people from our community that are watching the show to let us know, we can't know what all the server matchups are, but let us know on their reset who they're fighting, and then we can kind of do like a lowdown, like, Gates of Madness has these guys today, and these are their pros, these are their cons that we know for these servers, and we'll do kind of like a pregame, on our Thursday or wherever we're doing it that week. And then midway through those matches, when we have our another show, we can do an update on the scores. So-and-so's up by 35,000, they are pushing hard, that kind of thing. And that'll be another good way to get your guilds out there, your servers out there, and we can probably keep track of records and stuff right on the site with different images and stuff.
Yep. All right, and don't forget the 80 before launch day contest. Beetle's just waiting to buy you a nice game if you can prove it.
Oh boy!
And Blake's got some nice gift cards for the person who can achieve this goal. It's been good having you all. We will see you in 2 weeks. We will be bi-weekly until release day, and then we will be weekly. Come back again. Spread the word. You can
feedback.
Yep, feedback.
Send us lots
mail.
of feedback.
You can email us again at sotm@fragworld.org. Twitter us at SiegeMists, or like us on Facebook at Siege Mist without the S at the end. And I hope you all have a great evening. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope to see you back next time.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Have a good
Thanks,
night,
everybody.
folks.